During my studies, there were multiple events where effective time management was the reason to successful moments. I managed to keep balance between my study and curriculum activities. For an example, I was working on formulation of a new patient food that will be introduced at a halal festival. The festival was in 2 weeks and I had upcoming debate competition around the same week. For the project, I was responsible to determine the product's quality and quantity. The consistency of the products was aligned and determined through every batch of the products. Therefore, during the productions, I ensured that the temperature was consistent throughout the processing. Moreover, the quality and the quantity of the product were also being observed. Besides, I was responsible as the third speaker for my debate team. I was assigned to gather information and news on political and economic issues. At night, I gathered the information and watched debate tournaments before I went to sleep. I managed my schedules and successfully achieved the results that I wanted in both the projects and the debate competition as well. I learned to divide tasks into smaller compartments in order for me to fulfill the task. I believe that when I found the balance between my study and curriculum activity, one of my goals has achieved. In the past 6 months, we have to deal with the world pandemic COVID-19. Education institution was one of the sector that affected by the virus. Dealing with situation where all the lectures were conducted online and there's no access to laboratory practices. Therefore, I have to make the decision between changing my final year project to a case study research or waiting for my university to give approval for final year students to continue their research. I considered carefully my option before proposing my decision to my supervisor, taking account internal and external factors as well as the quality of my research. I decided to pursue my research at university campus where laboratory and other materials are well provided. Even though I have to be quarantined for 14 days and prohibited to go back home for the whole semester, the decision I made was the best for my future career. Over a few months, we were asked to stay at college as precaution to COVID-19. Fortunately, I bought most of the materials needed for the experiment online and I continued my research. I managed to finish all the objectives of the research despite the strict SOP introduced in the laboratory, and I believe that I can take account the pros and cons to every decision I made, especially when it comes to my career. I worked with Sachin Malaysia Sanjay Berhad as a process operator. At that time, I worked for only 3 weeks and still lacking in terms of skill needed for the production line. Then the management team decided to transfer some new operators to the new branch located quite far from our factory. Together with my colleague, we were called by the management to be informed about the situations, and my colleague were very discouraged by the situation and planned to quit their job as soon as possible. And I felt responsible to convince them to continue to work and show their very best to the supervisors and other senior colleagues. I encouraged them to stay focused during work time regardless the situation we were facing. I praised them every single day for their improvements. Moreover, we helped each other a lot to get better quality of the product's output. Fortunately, our hard work and patience were noticed by our supervisors and they decided to keep us on the line. My colleagues were very happy and thankful that I kept them going with the positive and constructive comments. Therefore, I believe that I can handle emotional challenges by converting it into driving forces that keep me going.